Hey folks, Doc Hanley here again. We're going to talk about teeth today. Uh, I got to noticing on my videos, there's something about me that I didn't realize when I talk. You can't see my teeth, and I didn't want everyone to think this old guy hadn't got any teeth. In fact, I've got several $1,000s worth of teeth. I was counting up. I've had 8 crowns, 3 implants, 3 bridges, and 3 root canals, and literally thousands of dollars in these teeth. And when I talk, you can't even see them. So anyway, there they are. That, at least the top ones. You can't see the bottom ones. They're kind of hid down there. But anyhow, I do have some teeth, and I wish you could see them, but that may be the only view you ever get. I want to talk today about Mexico. I want to talk about teeth. I love Mexico. I've been to Mexico more times than I can remember. And so anyway, Mexico is a great place to visit. It's gotten a bad rap from some of the big border cities having violence, but the smaller border towns are not violent, and the interior is not violent. It's pretty safe when you get down in the interior. So don't be afraid to go to Mexico. Just don't spend a lot of time at the border. Just keep on going. But anyway, I'm going to talk about Mexican dentists. As I said, I've got a lot of money invested in my mouth, and I had an implant. The last implant I got was a mini implant, and it wasn't very stable because I didn't have a lot of bone structure for it. So I'm gonna have to get another bridge. And you know what bridges cost in the United States. So I decided, hey, it's time to go to Mexico and get a bridge. So I got on the internet checking around. I found the town of Nuevo Progreso. It's across the border from Progreso, Texas, down around the Brownsville, McAllen area. And so anyhow, we decided we'd take about a week vacation down on the border. We stayed in the United States, and I drove down to the bridge at Progreso, and I talked with the people at Dr. Chio's office, and they said, "Hey, we'll meet you at the border." And I said, "No need. I've got a map here showing where you're located. You're like 1 or 2 blocks from the border. I'll just walk across and come on in," which I did. So it cost us like 25 cents each to enter into Mexico. So uh, we went into Mexico, walked about a block or two, and there we were in Dr. Chio's office. And they were going to have the bridge done in like a day or so, but they had a little problem with the lab. One of the teeth wasn't quite right, and they had to send it back and get it redone. And when they did, it was a little bit different color white than the other teeth, but not enough to be noticeable really. So anyhow, instead of paying about $4,000, I paid $600 for a bridge, and I've been really happy with it. You can, well, let me see. It's right here. You can see that it matches up really well with the rest of my teeth, and so anyhow, I guess I'm saying that to say this: if you need some extensive dental work and don't want to put that much money into it, check out some of the dentists in the small border towns. I'm sure there are more border towns that have the same number of dentists. Within 2 blocks of the border there at Progreso, there are about 15 dentists, all catering to Americans. So, it's really a big business there, and Americans like to go there because they can get the dental work done for a whole lot less than they can in the United States. Uh, so anyway, I made a couple of trips across the border getting the bridge done and redone, and we'd pay 25 cents to get into Mexico and pay $1 to get back into the United States. I guess they thought it was more important going back to the United States. When we got to the border guard, I figured he'd say, "Well, have you got any marijuana? You got any guard any opioids, anything of that sort?" You know what he asked us? He said, "Do you have any tramadol?" Well, we didn't. So, I thought it kind of strange that they were looking for tramadol when there's so many things more potent than tramadol that people could be bringing in. But anyway, that was all we were asked. The dentist there, Dr. Chill's office, had an interpreter because most of his clients are Americans, and so I talked through the interpreter a time or two, and then I finally figured out that I knew more Spanish than he did English, so I just started talking directly to the dentist. I used to be a Spanish teacher in another life, so anyhow, I still remember a great deal of it, so I could converse pretty freely with the dentist. Uh, but anyhow, like I said, it's $600 for a three-tooth bridge, and I've been really happy with it. It's good materials. I mean, the same materials they use in the United States. They're not cheap materials. They're some of the better materials that you can get in a bridge. And another thing there at Dr. Chill's office, and I'm sure they're all pretty much the same, they'll take cash, they'll take a personal check, they'll take a credit card. I thought, I might have to pay cash, but no, you can write them a check and you're good to go. And I thought that was really, really, really good. So, like I said, I'll be talking more about Mexico in installments to come. But Mexican dentist, I recommend you give it a try if you need to save some money. I told a friend of mine about Dr. Chio, and he was going to contact them and maybe go down there. It's a pretty long drive down there, but still it was worthwhile. And two, I like to go down to the border anyway, so it was kind of a vacation and a medical trip all rolled into one. Plus, I got to deduct the travel expenses off my state income tax, so that helped a little bit. Uh, but anyway, going to a Mexican dentist, I save money and good for my teeth, good for my wallet. Smiled all the way to the bank, and so check it out. Mexican dentists are not for everyone, but for me, when I have major work to be done, I'll be going to Mexico unless I'm in the Philippines. The prices are about the same there, and got my wife's nephew's wife is a dentist. So anyway, I'll be going to the dentist in the Philippines too. Plus, I got a great dentist here at home, and I see him every 6 months. So I'm well fixed for dental work. And so anyhow, if you need major dental work and don't want to pay the big price, check out the border dentist in Mexico. And remember, Mexico is not as bad as you've heard. So this is Doc Hanley saying so long and God bless you.